My biggest issues with Fortune's Keep in the past will both be gone because, again, they were not being able to see inside a keep and streak spam. We know streak spam won't be an issue, so that problem's already solved. POIs I already liked or thought were okay are now better. And if I can see inside buildings too, this is going to be really fun and really good. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited. Yeah, I think this is an overall improvement. And I'm excited to talk more about it again on Saturday. Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 397. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I'm joined by Tanner, and we have quite a bit to get into this week, much to my surprise. I was talking with Tanner before we started, actually, and season 2 is really creeping up on us. Because I was not expecting a season 2 blog post this week, which we've gotten, which we'll get into, of course. And I was like, dude, we just got season 1 reloaded. This seems a little early. And then Tanner was like, bro, season 2 is next week. Like, what are you know?
Yeah.
And I guess it's just a short season. I don't know, but the season 1 reloaded patch, it wasn't like smack dab in the middle of season 1, right? It couldn't have been. Or time is just flying by now, but it seems pretty close to season 2.
Yeah, I was trying to look up when did it come out? December 6th. So it was 60 days.
Yeah. Huh. And then we get season 1 reloaded.
Yeah,
like 2
it was
weeks
not halfway
before.
then at all. Yeah.
Yeah. It's super weird, but I'll take it, especially with how sparse season 1 reloaded was, as we've talked about. But anyways, welcome to the show. We do, as I just said, have a lot to talk about. Before we do, got a couple quick announcements here, and we're going to go through these a little quickly because, again, there's a lot to discuss today. We've got Season 2 blog post. We've got ranked play. We've got ranked resurgence. Wow. We have more layoffs. We have a new map, kind of. A reimagined map. It's it's a lot. It's a lot to get into. So we're gonna fly through these announcements here. First and foremost, welcome to our new gold patrons, Joe B, Captain Legit, Change It, Scott V, Pie Monster, okay, and James. Boys, welcome aboard the Patreon at the gold tier. We appreciate that. Welcome, Kings. Great to have you. Hope you've enjoyed the content thus far. And you need to be like the next people who have upgraded to the Damascus tier. We had a couple upgraders that wanted that BTS episode, that behind the scenes ep. For good reason, by the way. We did a nice little I did a nice little teaser about it in our last episode.
They got teased, yeah.
They got teased and perhaps scammed. But yeah, that last behind the scenes episode was spicy and fun. And there was a lot of things we don't normally talk about in behind the scenes because a lot of unusual things obviously happened in the month of January at the Dropshot headquarters in the studio. Namely the CDL incident, yes. Which we are still, as any of you who were in the pre-show for this episode noticed, feeling reverberations of. People are still deeply upset about this viral moment we had. And we had a young man in our chat before we started recording arguing with us, saying he listened to the podcast and then giving us every argument we already responded to in the podcast he claimed to have listened to, which was super interesting. So yeah, in that behind the scenes episode, we talked about that a lot. But anyway, these people obviously wanted to hear it. Hopefully they did and enjoyed it. Garrett W., Unscrambled Mandible, Edmund, and Alex. Welcome to the Damascus tier, the Damascus Lounge. Make sure you guys join the Discord, link your accounts. There's a guide in the Discord on how to do that once you've joined. And you can join the Damascus Lounge, the most active channel in our Discord. And thank you very much, boys, for upgrading to Damascus. And to all of our patrons, thank you very much. Patreon.com/thedropshot. We did finish all of our bonus episodes, our Patreon episodes for the month of January. The last two we had done were the attachment, weapon attachment kind of episode, which I'm very proud of and I really enjoyed, but I've talked about that a lot already. So go listen to it if you're a patron. And then most recently we did a zombies first impressions on Patreon. First and last impressions, actually. We were going to do the only impressions. We were going to do a little multiplayer ranked play ep instead, but for a variety of reasons, we decided to do zombies instead. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why. I've talked about them already, and it doesn't really matter because they're all moot. But we did a zombies first impressions and again last impressions bonus episode on Patreon. And spoiler alert, we're not too happy about that game mode for a variety of reasons, which we had gotten into. We did get a lot of pushback over in the Cord about this. A lot more people claim to enjoy zombies than I was expecting, frankly. And a couple people were disappointed even that we didn't like zombies. Here's the thing, guys. We were never going to talk about zombies every week anyway, even if we did love it, right? So the fact that we didn't like it shouldn't disappoint you. It doesn't change much. The fact that we didn't like it maybe deprived you of another 2 or 3 zombies episodes for this year. Maybe. So I mean, you didn't lose much by us not liking it if you happen to be a zombies enjoyer. So don't feel disappointed. I don't really understand that. But yeah, not a fun game mode. TLDR.
Not great. Yeah.
But the episode was fun. In fact, I'll say this, recording the episode about zombies was the most fun part of playing zombies last week, I would say.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
Boy, did it take a 180 fast. I mean, I can't. Yeah. Like within like 10 minutes of us playing too, I was even about to say, I'm like, dude, I'm having a lot of fun. This is going to be fun. And it's just, I mean, by the time we got to like the next dumb little mission, it was just done. That was it for me. Holy. Yeah, we were gaslit like crazy.
Gaslit.
Yep. Here's the thing, guys. We like zombies when it's fun. Cold War Zombies was so much fun. It was, god dang, it was fun. We would play that over like Warzone a lot of times. You'd be like, let's get a little 4-stat going. Who wants to run some zombies? That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. Do a little pause. Let's take a little piss break. Everyone refill their water, grab a Truly, and we'll run it back in 5 minutes. That was fun. It was so much fun.
For the Easter egg guide.
I'm a big fan of zombies. This was not it at all, though, and it never will be. Yeah. Not great. Not a great experience. And hopefully zombies is fun again. Next year, and that's somebody said that in Discord, how all we pretty much talk about now is Warzone. You're right, because that's all we enjoy right now. When zombies is fun again, when Treyarch comes back at the end of this year, we'll talk a lot about zombies because we'll play a lot of it because it's very fun, and it will be very fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is a Call of Duty podcast, sure. But more than that, it's specifically things we have experience with in Call of Duty podcast. but that's a bit long for a podcast title, isn't it? So like, we're not going to talk about every single facet of Call of Duty, especially with how expansive it is now, because that would include COD Mobile, Warzone, Resurgence, multiplayer ranked, Resurgence ranked, Battle Royale ranked, Zombies, and I guess DMZ we would still be able to not talk about anymore. But that's like too much content to cover in any depth, because no one has enough time to play all of that. So obviously we are going to restrict our content to what we play and enjoy, and that should be a good thing, frankly, because no one wants to hear us talk about something we are not playing or don't enjoy playing. You know, that's not going to be good content. It's going to be bad content. So that's why we never talked about DMZ. That's why we will never talk about zombies again this year. And yeah, so just keep that in mind as well. It does tend to be like a Warzone podcast mostly, because that's mostly what we play. But yeah, you know, like earlier this year, it was mostly a multiplayer podcast, actually, for months, in fact, while we were doing the camo grind and all that. Yeah. Just the way it goes.
Out, but yeah,
we could have been playing.
Could have been playing Warzone too, yeah.
We could have been playing Warzone too.
Yeah, true. Could have.
Listening for the jingle heroes.
Yeah. What are we at?
The Zombies episode was fun, though, to talk about, and a lot of people disagreed, so if you're a Zombies enjoyer, go listen and argue with us in Discord. And if you're not, then you can laugh with us in that episode. And if you've been considering trying Zombies, go listen to the episode first, because we might dissuade you. I hope we do, for your sake. What ruined it for me was looking at the list of missions and the ones that we had to do next, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I was really excited too. Again, we were gaslit. I was very excited to play. And then I didn't really look at all the missions. I just looked at like the first couple we had to do, and I was like, okay, this makes sense, because we're starting, you know, whatever. And then we kept doing them and doing them and doing them. And then I was like, okay, hold on. Before we queue again, where does this go? Is this going somewhere?
Yeah.
And it wasn't. So anyway, go listen to the episode if you want all of that activity. All right. Today, the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode 397, a Call of Duty asterisk podcast. So we got a season 2 blog post, which is coming up, season 2, next week. So this may have crept up on many of you listening in the same way it crept up on me, because of how close season 1 Reloaded was to season 2, as we were mentioning in the announcements. So we already got a lot of info on it, and we're going to go into that here. Now, the big talk on the TL right now, mostly, is actually about Fortune's Keep and Resurgence, and specifically, as we've learned today, Ranked Resurgence, which is going to be coming to Call of Duty at a time. So, in addition to that, there's some info about that in the blog post. There's additional info from a bunch of content creators who had flown out to LA to try it, or try Fortune's Keep. So what we're going to do for today's episode, or for this week, is we're going to go through the season 2 blog post. We're going to go through everything with our usual level of detail and care and attention, and skipping zombies. And then when we get to Fortune's Keep, we're going to giga breeze through it, because on Saturday, we're going to go really in depth on Fortune's Keep and Ranked Resurgence. That I think, frankly, deserves its own episode. And this is going to be a long enough episode, even if we table that for Saturday. So that's what we're going to do. That'll give us an opportunity to go watch and listen to all the content creators who know more about it and have more info than just the blog post does. And then we can combine the blog post info with the content creators info and just give you guys a download on Saturday on everything we can expect for ranked resurgence that we know of at this time. So that portion, again, we're going to kind of breeze through. We'll mention a little bit about it, but we're going to go into much greater detail on Saturday. And then also on Saturday, we will talk about, of course, like always, if this is a good implementation, a good idea, et cetera, et cetera. Because I already have a lot of thoughts and a lot to say on what the blog post at least has said about ranked resurgence, but we'll talk about those things on Saturday. So with that said, let's get into the season 2 blog post. And there is a lot here. It's a new season, obviously. We'll start by taking a little look at this roadmap here, as we always do, as tradition demands. And there's a lot.
There it is. There is a lot. Huge content season. A lot of content going on there.
Which is good because season 1 Reloaded did not have a lot. So they're making up for it a little bit here. We're going to learn details on pretty much all of this as we go through the blog post. So I'm just going to take a little glance and point out some things that stick out to me. Extendable bridges in Warzone. Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's just on Fortune's Keep, yeah.
Interesting.
All of those things
a research
are just on
vessel.
Keep.
That's interesting as well.
Yep.
That's not going to be interesting, by the way. Spoiler alert.
I don't know. It's a moving ship around Fortune's Keep that has a buy station always on it. Could actually be very fun. A lot of people may be landing on that, and it moves around the map.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because the ferry that moves and has a buy station on it on Vondel, that was super cool and impactful too. It'll suck. No,
I mean,
we'll
it's
see.
not
Maybe
even
it'll be
close to
good.
being the same thing, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. One thing I hate about this roadmap, in season, we're getting a bunker buster kill streak in Warzone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Hey, precision airstrikes already kill me inside of buildings. Do we need another one?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I wonder. I don't think we do.
So yeah, that's a little worrying, but we'll see. Let's see. Oh, the PDS is coming back. Goody.
We'll see. I'll wait till I pick it up myself and throw it on the ground, because I also said this last year and it never came. So we'll see.
Yeah, true. Some new guns as well. And a couple of them, at least. I mean, battle rifles or ARs, that'll be interesting. And then let's see.
I think that's AR, SMG, and then I'm assuming the bottom gun is a battle rifle. I'm not sure though, yeah.
Yeah. A chainsaw aftermarket part, so that's interesting. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
the old Walking Dead collab.
Yeah, don't care. Then a couple new maps as well.
3 new maps on launch, yeah. On the launch of the season, multiplayer maps. And then zombies content, nothing, by the way. Nothing, just so we're clear. They have some things coming in season that don't matter, and that's it. They are not going to update the mode anymore. It's being DMZ'd.
Yeah, so we'll get in. Well, we won't get into it. On a closer look, not that much coming, actually. Maybe, I mean, we'll see. Let's get into the actual blog post. Let's get into the blog post. Prepare for a colossal, content drop. Okay.
Is that what they're saying? Did they say that? Oh, yeah. Wow.
Absolutely colossal. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of words, big words. Reading is hard. And I won't be doing it. I can barely read. So skimming through here. Content summary.
Still using the Warzone 1 choppers in their trailers, by the way, in imagery. That's not the chopper in your game anymore, devs. You got to figure it out. Doesn't handle the same. It doesn't look the same. Let's please change it, man. Know what's in your game, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So they give a little content summary. We're not going to go through that because we're going to go into detail here. Okay, so 4 new core multiplayer maps for 6s.
Wow.
This is interesting. This is the first thing here that sticks out to me. Starting with Departures, which will be in at launch of Season 2. It is a medium large sized map. It is 6v6. The screenshot, I hate the outside. So it's starting there. A lot of cars. So thought we would have learned our lesson from oh my goodness, what was the map in MW2?
Well, that's because they all exploded, yeah, on that one.
What was it called?
I can't think of it.
Oh,
this is just another terminal, basically. It's an airport.
Yeah, the inside looks very terminal-like. Yeah. It's also foggy outside, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I don't think much of it. I'm trying to look on this little
border crossing
attack map on the right here. I mean, most of it is inside. That little area I think we see in the top screenshot is like the only outside area. I think that's the corner of the map. It's probably just where you'll spawn, basically. So no one will hide out there.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I was going to say, is like most of this map is going to be taking place inside, and inside there's hopefully no fog. It doesn't look like there is. Yeah. It looks, I mean, reminds me of Terminal.
It's larger than Terminal. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Really?
The map is larger than Terminal. Wow. Okay.
So that I will take their word for in terms of square footage is larger than Terminal. However, when you look at the TAC map overview, it's fairly rectangular. So it's probably less of a square than Terminal. And it's just a longer map, which I think can be fine. One of the like downsides of Terminal, like playing Dom on it, it's just awkward. Going from point to point and all of that. This feels a lot more 3-lane and just like really long. And I think that can play well. It's hard to tell from the screenshots though. But, you know, this could be a fine map. There's not enough information here.
Yeah.
For me to say, really. So anyway, moving on. Stash House will also be coming at launch.
This looks dope.
This is a tiny map. Oh my goodness. Look at the...
I know, it's a little baby.
Look at the overview.
It's literally a house and its yard. It's a larger than average size house and a larger than average yard. They have a big backyard. And that's it.
Yeah, it's just
that's
like a trap house.
It's dope.
The map is a trap house.
Looks awesome. Very excited for this. This will be a 2v2 and 6v6, it says.
Yeah. So this will be a good little camo grind map, a good little weapon leveling map.
Shipment-sized map, they say.
I was going to say, it looks like it's actually like shipment-sized, but better laid out. So you don't just like get spawn trapped in corners and stuff. That's actually really cool. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. This looks promising for a small map.
Yeah. I'm not like certain it's going to be a lot of fun. It could be awful, but it doesn't look that way. It looks like it's going to be really fun, actually. And it's really small. So yeah, this will be
vibrant, cool. Looks nice. Yeah, I'm very excited for this map. Great little weapon leveling map for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the next one is Vista, which will also be in at launch. This is a medium-sized 6s map. And okay.
Looks awesome as well, yeah.
Looks pretty good. Yeah.
A Brazilian mountaintop resort with gift shops, restaurants, and trams. You're right on a cliff, dude, just looking out into the open ocean, the open something, mountains. Yeah. Great looking map. Oh, small burger towns on the map. Okay. Yep.
And one thing that stands out to me about this map is there are a number of buildings, but pretty much all of them are one floor with, I think, like one exception. You probably get like 2 stories toward mid. So it's not like super campy.
Yeah.
Or probably not anyway. That mid building will of course be camped, but welcome to multiplayer. This does look pretty good too. Yeah, I agree. Looks pretty well laid out.
Yeah.
And a good size, not too big.
Oh, an upper bar area? Ooh, we may have to do a little screenshot up there in our next Damascus hangout. Little upper bar screenshot.
Oh, get again. Another, yeah. And then DOS House, the leaks were true, is coming mid-season. It is a remastered DOS House. It takes place on a rooftop of a skyscraper for some reason. But I guess that's okay. It's
it looks so
DOS
much better
with a different weapon skin.
It's daytime.
Map skin.
It's daytime and you can see things.
Daytime.
It looks like just like a better DOS House.
Mm-hmm. Which was also, if you guys remember from Vanguard, one of the like weapon leveling maps in Vanguard was DOS House. When DOS House 24/7 was in, because it was really small, and I actually really liked DOS House, the map. It just wasn't great in that game because of shotguns and gung-ho and fire. But in this game, it could play a lot better and probably will. Plus, the lighting will be better. Mm-hmm. Although, visibility was never an issue in Vanguard anyway, so it being at night didn't really matter in that game. But, luckily, yeah, it was on some maps,
There were some dark
actually.
areas, yeah. There were some dark areas on DOS House specifically.
I don't recall those on DOS House specifically.
One of the spawns,
I just remember a lot of sun glare
when
on
people
a lot of
push
maps.
through on the left, it's the spawn where you have a bunch of tires stacked up on one side, and people would do the glitch where they would put the portable cover down and jump on top of it and then like mount.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That when people would walk through there with certain skins, since there were a lot of like those black skins in Vanguard, because you can level up your operator, so they would get that black outfit on. You were in that area, you could like not see people at all. It was a little
interesting.
Rough. So this looks very good.
Yeah, this does look good. And I really liked DOS House. So actually, all 4 of these maps at a glance look quite good. And they will all be coming, or 3 of them will be coming at launch. DOS House will be coming mid-season. That's really cool. So there you go. We're also getting map variants of multiplayer maps. So one of which is called Airborne, which will be coming mid-season. And this is what, Terminal?
Yeah.
It's Terminal, but there are a bunch of locusts flying around. So if you guys remember BO4, there was a map called Arsenal, and it was pretty good. It wasn't the best map in that game. It wasn't the worst one. Sounds kind of like Terminal, right? Yeah. And then what they did in BO4 is they said, hey, what if we added a bunch of particle effects everywhere and then called it Arsenal Sandstorm and then made that be Arsenal instead? Does that sound fun, guys? Okay, we'll do it. They didn't wait for an answer because the answer is no. Arsenal Sandstorm was a miserable experience. And that's exactly what this is. I mean, there are locusts everywhere. The visibility looks strictly worse. It looks kind of cool, but I don't want to be swatting away mosquitoes while I'm trying to shoot someone. We didn't need this, right? So, whatever. This is a waste of development time as far as I'm concerned, but I don't have much to say on it. And then another one is Skid Grow. So this is Skid Row, obviously, variation. And unlike the Terminal variation, Airborne, this one looks fine. It's Skid Row, except there's just a bunch of vines everywhere.
Overgrown, yeah.
It's overgrown, which will not degrade the visual fidelity or my ability to see other players in the game. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm not particularly excited about it. I mean, Skid Row with vines doesn't sound like super fun over regular Skid Row, but okay, I guess. It's not going to make the map worse,
I'm not
probably,
really sure
so
why
I
they
care.
do this, to be honest. Because my other
like a waste of
question
time.
is, so like it's a variant. So is it just in random Q6s? If I queue for 6's hardpoint, do I get these variants and also the regular
says limited
variants?
time.
Well, yeah, because the map is in for a limited time. So is it its own mode though that you have to queue for?
Oh, I see.
I don't know. Just seems like a massive waste of time to me to just alter a map that's just already a remastered map in the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're getting enough content this season that I don't really care. But if this was like an iDev game and these are the 2 new maps we got this season, I would be furious. But whatever. We're still getting plenty of content, so I really don't care. It just kind of seems like a waste of time.
Yep. I totally agree. Waste of time, but doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So next, this is actually really interesting. I forgot about the war mode, but if you guys remember, there is a war mode in MDev 3 multiplayer, and it's the asymmetrical game mode. So you start as an attacker, you escort the tank, and then you go into the bunkers and you detonate the bombs or whatever, and then you defend. They're adding a new map finally, because there was only one map for the war mode. And this is going to be called Operation Tin Man. And it is going to be 6v6 instead of whatever war mode is right now.
6v6.
Which I think is 8. No, war is more than 6v6. Like 8v8.
No, it's 6v6.
The current operation we have.
No, it's 6v6.
Chat,
It's 6v6.
Someone confirm that in chat, please. But anyway, the new map is going to be 6v6. They say it's large sized, obviously. Okay. War mode receives a new large scale operation that takes place in downtown Urzikstan. So you airdrop in to the roof of a skyscraper. So the tallest building in the game, by the way, Trump Tower. And then one team defends and protects the structure, while the other activates controls, planting explosives to clear a path downward. That's kind of a neat little idea. So instead of going like through an area, you go down into one building.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, this is a really cool idea. And I like how you drop in, you skydive in, jump out of a plane or whatever. It just forces you out of a plane, I guess, spawns you in the air. Really cool idea.
Yeah. And then instead of escorting a tank, you escort a Wheelson. That's like the little objective, and then you plant. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, this sounds like it would be fun.
A modified armored Wheelson, yes.
Stop. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm done with the camo grind, but I would have loved to have had this map, months ago, or on season 1 launch.
We've got new guns to level, though. We'll have new guns to level, so I will definitely be trying this. This actually sounds like a lot of fun. I really liked War.
I will be playing it. Yeah, I liked War 2. So, cool. I forgot about the war mode. That's exciting. Okay, there we go. So we're getting 5 game modes as well. And then the Vortex playlist arrives in multiplayer. So Team Gun Game is coming in at launch. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Don't care. Snipers Only is coming at launch as well. That mode is actually pretty fun. Not something I'm going to go out of my way to play, but if I want to level a sniper, I would literally do it in Snipers Only. You know what I mean? Because one thing that's annoying about leveling snipers is Rival 9s.
Yes.
And Covert Sneakers. But if everyone has to snipe, then it actually gets really fun.
I'll be running around with a red dot on mine.
Yeah, of course, I'll be doing the same thing. But yeah, Snipers Only game modes, I actually think are really fun. And getting one will be cool. We're not getting a sniper this season, unfortunately, but whenever we do, we'll have Snipers Only at launch, by the way. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Next one is Horde Point. This is an LTM coming at launch. So it's hard point with zombies. I don't know. Okay. It's a game mode. And then Jugger Mosh.
Cool.
Which also an LTM.
Sounds cool.
Mid-season. It's a third-person multiplayer mode. Jugger Mosh. All Juggernaut combat all the time. So I guess everyone gets Juggernaut in this mode.
Okay.
That sounds fun for like a hangout when I'm really drunk, but not fun to like play online at all. But okay.
Yeah.
the idea of it though, to be honest. It's a cool like party mode.
I mean, it's better that everyone just spawns with it or however they're doing, rather than like there's one juggernaut suit and somebody just dominates the lobby. So it's a cute idea. I got a little killer mask on. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another one we're getting mid-season is called Bounty. Eliminate enemy players until the score limit is reached to win. Each player has unlimited lives, and it plays similar to TDM. Okay, we've seen this
was
before.
In MW 2, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think that was
so
the new game mode.
Yeah. The best player on each team is marked as a high-value target, and if you kill the best player, then your team scores more points. It's basically TDM, and also there's an extra little mechanic in it. If I enjoyed TDM, this would be a cool spin on it. I think it's a good idea for a mode. I'm just not a TDM player, so it's not for me.
By the way, I want to point out these screenshots have a lot of cool operators in them. This operator on the right here, this guy with a hoodie, a hat, and a face mask on, he's pretty cool looking. I like this guy. There have been a lot of these as we go through the screenshots too. There's another cool one up here. Let me find it. This guy with the green skull glowing face. I don't know what that's about. He's also holding a ray gun, so I don't know. But there are a lot of cool little packs coming this season.
Yeah, it looks that way. Every one that you would want, you can't buy with COD points, though.
Probably, yeah.
So, shout out to Activision.
Yeah, this one's really dope. That may be my new skin.
Anyway, and then Vortex Decay's Realm will be an LTM mid-season. So I'm going to read this because I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, that's okay.
Explore the terrifying strangeness of the otherworldly map variants. Okay. That makes more sense why they did that then. In this mid-season mosh pit. It features TDM, Dom, kill confirmed, and hardpoint on rotation with an increased map pool of eldritch locations. Drop into Tetanus, Satan's Quarry, Spore Yard, and the 2 new map variants we discussed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So it's just an LTM for all of the like overhauled maps. That makes more sense why they did the other 2 than Terminal and Overgrown or whatever.
Skid Row,
yeah, which is what I said. So that makes more sense. That's cool, I guess. Yeah. That some of the ones, not really this season, but like Drop into Tetanus, Satan's Quarry, Spore Yard especially, really cool looking map. So,
yeah, it was.
That is pretty cool. So there you go. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it there. So next section here is multiplayer ranked season 2 intel at launch. So as always, we're going to basically skip this section.
It's just new rewards. Yeah.
It's new rewards. They go into the rewards.
The weapon camos are awful as usual. I mean, terrible.
The weapon camos are not good at all. Yeah, they're really bad actually, and not good also.
And yeah,
and then they explain how the rank system works, even though they didn't really change anything. So just all those details there. I'm sure it'll be good and fun, but those rewards don't look great. And by the way, the operator skins don't look super great either, if I'm being honest. I gotta say it.
Does not look super great, huh?
This top 250 guy, like, pretty mid. So, yeah.
I would say
the rewards don't
mid.
look
They're
very
fine.
good, but it's whatever. So anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on to multiplayer in general. We're getting a new perk called the Ninja Vest at launch. Looks like a hex grid, sorta. So here's how this works. It's a vest. So it's in the vest slot in multiplayer. And here's what it says. Silent melee and throwing weapons specialist. So you get 3 equipment slots, a tactical, a lethal, and a field upgrade. And then you also get gloves, boots, and gear. So you don't miss out on boots like some of the vests do. So not any huge penalties at all here, actually. The only downside so far is that you don't get 2 gear slots, which some of the vests give you. However, here's what else it does. Eliminates footstep sounds. Okay, so already I'm thinking, cool, I can run Ninja Vest and tack pads in multiplayer. So I can get silent footsteps. Now I don't have to run covert sneakers anymore. So I can also run tack pads to get the crazy slide and the ADS while sliding. Already, that sounds really attractive, especially because I still get a gear slot and a glove slot and a tactical and lethal.
Yeah, and a
so
field
it sounds
upgrade.
pretty good already.
Yeah.
Like already it sounds pretty good. Also, you get bonus shuriken and throwing knife ammo. And if you have one of those two things equipped, you resupply them every 25 seconds. So you can run throwing knives, not have to run restock or whatever the perk is in MW3, I forget. But you still get to regenerate them if you're running specifically throwing knives. Pretty cool, honestly, and pretty good, I would say. And fun, too.
Very good, I would say, yeah.
Throwing knives are fun in multiplayer. So you get the effects of resupply if you're running a throwing knife, which is a one-hit kill in multiplayer, by the way. Or no, it's not, actually. Is it? Didn't they change it?
Well, the knife is a one-hit kill, I believe. It's the other things
knife is.
Are not
it's not
a
the
one-hit
shuriken,
kill.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get throwing knives and resupply if you're running them. And you don't have to run resupply, obviously, nor do you have to run covert sneakers. And then you can also run different boots as well. That sounds really good. Yeah. These are gross. This is a gross vest.
This may be the new vest to run, honestly.
Uh-huh.
You don't lose
sure.
anything. It's kind of busted. Yeah, kind of good.
Yeah, the only thing I would argue you lose is a second gear slot, which again, some of the vests give you. But if I can get covert sneakers plus another pair of boots, which nothing else can do in the game, by the way, covert sneakers plus tack pads, not possible until now, until this vest. That's really good. So yeah, this is going to be busted for sure. And pretty much everyone will run it, honestly.
Oh,
also would make multiplayer a lot more fun because now I can run tack pads and not be like nerfed since everyone's going to run covert sneakers anyway. Very cool.
Yeah, you also like don't need 2 gear slots because everybody runs covert sneakers now anyways. So it's like you don't need bone conduction headset or anything like that anymore. So I feel like 2 gear slots isn't as important as it felt like it was on the launch of the game.
That's true as well. Yeah. It's really not that big of a deal. Having none is a big deal, but if you still get one, so yeah. And I think it would be worth it to be able to get, again, silent footsteps and a different pair of boots as well. So a little overpowered, but sure. Moving on to zombies. As we talked about on Patreon, I'm never talking about zombies again until they do a new mode. So scrolling through,
here we go.
Not
Warzone
talking
overview.
about it.
Wow.
Not talking about it. And now we're into Call of Duty Warzone overview. This game mode, Zombies, is not fun. And you shouldn't play it unless you want the camo or the skins. That's the only reason. That's the only way it would be fun. So now, Warzone overview. Content summary. So a lot of words, big words. Let's get into it. Resurgence refocused. Returning map. Fortune's Keep. So I think this, again, we're going to talk about all this on Saturday. So we're not really going to get into too much detail here. And we'll get into way more detail on our next episode on Saturday. But Fortune's Keep is coming back, which we already knew.
Yeah,
By the way,
I think we can
hold
kind of
on.
talk about the map. It's just ranked. We can kind of talk a little bit about this.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is this screenshot. What is that? What is bro holding here?
Well, that was shown on the roadmap too. There is like a contract or something you can start. It definitely talks about it in here. That is essentially like you kill zombies and you can get items that way.
Oh, at the graveyard or
there
whatever.
are like little bonuses too that you can kill zombies and get like a buff to like your movement speed for like 60 seconds or something. Kind of interesting, actually.
Okay. So, all right, then sure. So they write some words.
They do.
We're going back to Fortune's Keep. We've got some screenshots of the map here. The keep looks large, just like it was last time. And then the big overhead
it looks
view.
the same from the outside, doesn't it?
So one thing I will say, which I'm pleased to report, there is no fog in these screenshots at all.
Yes. And there will not be dynamic fog.
Okay, so these are great things to hear.
Lighting looks great here.
Yeah, especially because Ashika and Vondel have fog. Fortune's Keep, I don't think used to have fog, nor does it now, or nor will it now. So that's very good. So there you go.
It's in the Adriatic Sea. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Of course, classic. That makes sense.
Yes.
Because of the winds, there's no fog there. I'm an oceanographer.
Okay.
So moving on here, maps and modes launch and end season. So we got a little screenshot here of people diving. Cool. Those skins look cool, by the way. Especially the one on the right. That guy looks dope. He looks like an ODST from Halo almost with that helmet.
Yeah, we like different skins. I think that one looks like trash, actually. It's funny. Right as you were saying that, I was looking at it and thinking how dumb it looked. Yeah.
I like it.
He's got like a motorcycle helmet on.
Yeah, it looks like a little ODST helmet. Anyway, so here we go. Moving on. Welcome back to Fortune's Keep. Here's an overview of the map again, but this time it's like an actual map. So it has like the list of the names of the POIs all over there.
I have a side-by-side image that we'll show after we're done with this whole blog post and kind of look at any differences or anything.
Okay. So yeah. Moving on, blah, blah, blah. So they go through all the POIs here? Interesting.
Yeah, it's like what, yeah.
So the rear dock in the caves on the north coast is what they're talking about. So one thing about Fortune's Keep, the last iteration of it we had, I liked the map overall, and my big problems with it, there were two. One problem was the kill streak spam was ungodly because there was a ton of money on the map and there were a ton of buy stations. And obviously at the time, you could buy as many kill streaks as you had money for. So because of all the cash and how easy it was to get to buy stations, because there were a lot of them, and this map has enough verticality to where you can get to a safe one very easily, there was a ton of streak spam. And that really made it a lot worse than it otherwise should have been. My second big problem with it was, again, I liked the map overall, but my second big problem with it was going to the keep itself. Inside of the keep, it was a black hole that sucked in light. There was an event horizon happening in the keep. You couldn't see, I'm not kidding, anything ever.
Yeah.
So I just simply never went there. I refused to go to the keep because it was impossible to see anyone inside. Now, looking at this blog post, at least one of the screenshots is inside a building, ostensibly the keep. There's a little throne.
It's not. This is not the keep.
What is that then?
Look in the bottom right of these images. It shows the area that it's showing. This is just to the west of keep. It was kind of like a little... Look at the top right image there. It looked like that little wall we would fight on a lot. That area right there. And I think there was a buy down there in the middle by the fountain.
Yes.
So this is next to keep. So these buildings are not in the keep itself, the keep POI.
Okay, so we don't have a screenshot of the inside of keep.
Oh, I'm sure we do. They're going to go through every POI.
Okay. Well, this is the keep POI. So when else would we get a screenshot of inside the keep?
Which one? Oh, I thought you already moved on to the second one. I was looking at the wrong one. Okay.
I was so confused. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the inside still looks kind of dark, actually, yeah.
So that's interesting. What I was going to say is it looks fine. I mean, if
It
you
looks
look to
different
like
though, doesn't it? Was that how? Did any inside area look like that in Keep? And
I don't know. I couldn't see. Like,
yeah, we
I have
actually
no
totally
idea.
avoid it. And usually you could. You usually, like, the circles didn't end there that often. You could pretty much avoid the whole POI because, as we said a lot during Warzone 1, Keep was a bottom 3 POI in Warzone history. I mean, it's down there with Castle and Ashika. I would say Castle and Ashika is worse, but Keep's really bad too.
Yes, and that was one thing we talked about actually, is that Castle is a terrible POI, and it really hurts Ashika a lot because it's dead center. Whereas on Fortune's Keep is also a really bad POI, or it was because it was so dark inside. But luckily, since it wasn't dead center, it was very easy to avoid most of the time. So that was why Fortune's Keep was not ruined by this POI.
Yeah.
But anyways, looking at this room, I mean, it's definitely better than the last Fortune's Keep. But this is only one room and one screenshot. So I'm not ready to say it's going to be like bright enough inside, but this at least gives me some hope. So we'll see. I would love to be able to see inside of Keep though. Next one is the terraces, fishing docks, and cliff paths. I don't know. I have nothing to say here. Looks exactly the same as it used to, which is fine. These were fine areas. There will probably end up being more zips.
I think the dock
now.
area, those are new.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't look familiar.
Because I mean,
you're right.
Because the water wasn't playable before, so I feel like they wouldn't have had anything down there.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. So that's cool. That's fine. The graveyard is next. Some long shadows, but they don't detract from the visibility or anything. It's high noon. Yeah.
That looks exactly
fine,
the same.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, there you go. Town. Lower West Coast. So this is another area I tended to avoid. It wasn't nearly as bad as Keep, but it wasn't great either. However, now, as Tanner said, you can swim in that water. So you can't get trapped there nearly as easily as you used to get trapped there. I don't know if that's going to make it play better or worse, but because there is water, I'm inclined to say even worse. So I will continue to avoid this POI. Because waters don't belong in first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
Duh. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks like some of this water is going to be playable. So if you see on the bottom right where it shows the TAC map overview, you can see off the coast, the water closest to the land is a lighter shade of blue. And then if you go past that, it gets darker, and there's that like line clearly demarcating it. The lighter blue is almost certainly going to be playable water. And then if you go past it, it's unplayable. That's what I would expect.
Yeah, I wonder, because in the other, if you go to the other two areas too, and it talked about like terraces and graveyard, it's got like 3 different colors. So I feel like maybe they're just
that's
kind
a good
of
question. Yeah.
Because I assumed all of the water was playable like Ashika. Just you have the boundary lines, and you can go way out there if you want, because they're going to have this ship that comes in that moves around the map, and that's not going to be that close because it's a big ship. So I'm pretty sure you can just swim all the way to the edge of the map, but like most of that people won't actually play in. But we can maybe have water endings now too on this map.
Goody. So that'll make the map worse. Yeah, we'll get into that. So anyway, I don't know. It's possible that the boundary lines are as close as I described. They're just not showing them in the screenshots too.
Yeah.
We don't really know. But yeah, wherever the boundary lines are drawn is ultimately what's going to be what's playable. So moving on to Town Upper. This is on the southwestern coast. This looks terrible. And I super don't want to be most of this area. Although that top right screenshot, that area was fine. But yeah.
Yeah, and so as you see from some of these screenshots here that we haven't really talked about, there was like an earthquake or something happened. I don't know. But like buildings are cracked. There are huge cracks going through buildings. So it's also going to change how the map plays. Because, for example, when we were looking at either Keep or one of the buildings right next to Keep, one of the walls of the buildings had a huge crack going down it. So you can get out of the building that way. So it's also just going to have a different flow. Because there maybe were areas before where on Keep you would have had to find a door and get through. There's just a huge crack in the wall now. So that may help the areas that were really bad in the first version of Fortune's Keep 2, maybe help flow it or make it flow a little bit better. But there's a lot of that, and you can see it here in the town screenshot in that bottom second from the right screenshot. That building's destroyed. There's a big crack going through.
Yes, it's mostly the same as it used to be, but there are definitely some significant changes, like Tanner described. The water obviously is a significant change, being playable. And a question I have about town, one of the things that was kind of weird about it was that there were a ton of buildings, but you couldn't go into like any of them. I wonder if more of the buildings will be open now and you can get into them or not. I would hope, honestly, not.
No, we don't need more buildings to,
We don't need more buildings, but it's possible that they've opened some of them up.
Yeah.
I don't really know. And I guess we won't know. We might know, the content creators might have talked about it, so we'll talk about it on Saturday if there's info on it. But there you
go. Which one?
Next is Overlook.
Here? Overlook, yeah.
Restaurant. So I don't know. I don't have much to say.
Yeah, that looks pretty much the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. Coney Outpost.
So this is different.
Again,
yeah.
This is going to play a lot different. Yeah. The water's playable now. That's one thing. And there's also more cover than there was in the first iteration.
There are more
going
buildings
down there.
Yeah, that area before was
pretty
almost
barren.
Nothing. Yeah, just about nothing. So this whole area actually looks... that was another spot most people avoided. That was just a dead little area of the map. This now will actually be its own POI that people may land at, so...
It actually looks pretty fun to
fight at.
There
are a lot of buildings, yeah. It looks like a little caldera
If there wasn't
POI.
water... Yeah. If there wasn't water, I would say this looks way improved over the last version, because, yeah, there's, like, way more cover. Buildings... There's like more rocks, I think, too. Like, I don't remember it being like 2 steps of elevation.
Yeah, I think so,
remember it being
too.
1 step of elevation.
Yeah.
So, which is better. It makes it more playable.
They even say once a seldom visited locale. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. So that looks improved. Except the water's playable now. So take some and... You get some, you win some and you lose some. Jesus. Pier is the next one. I don't remember a pier at all.
I don't either. I think this is new. Once a military camp.
Yeah.
This is where military camp was. Okay. That's kind of this looks cool, but military camp was a really fun area to fight.
That was a fun area.
But this also still looks really good, actually, so I'm not worried about
it. Yeah. The pier itself
it's still like
looks
flat,
miserable, obviously, but like around it looks cool. Yeah,
little
like
buildings,
little gas station. Yeah. So there you go. Okay. The lighthouse.
Okay.
I was gonna say it looks shorter, but it doesn't actually. Yeah, it's a. I don't know.
The top right screenshot makes it look stubby, but then the
the
top left screenshot doesn't.
That was the first one I glanced at. I was like, wait, did they shrink it? But no, I don't think they did.
The little thing's tubby.
There you go. The winery. This was our go-to spot, dude. The winery.
This changed quite a bit, yeah.
So the biggest change I'm noticing is that you can now go under it into water. So there's a rappel there as well.
But perhaps that water can be drained? Yes, it can. There is a valve in there, and maybe in a couple areas it's shown in the trailer, where somebody turns a valve on and it starts flooding it. So you can also drain it. That's why it says perhaps the water can be drained.
I love how they say that, like they're the only ones that, they're not the only ones that know. Like, yeah,
perhaps.
Whatever. Okay, anyway. Besides the water underneath and the underneath area, it does look pretty much the same as I remember it.
It's kind of blown up a little bit, though. The 2 screenshots in the bottom, the 2 middle ones in there.
Yeah, it's a little...
It's taken some damage.
That does not meet
that fissure.
Municipal
that
standards.
Fissure did some damage, yeah.
Also, looking at the top right screenshot for winery, are these rooftops less steep than they used to be, because they were really nasty head glitches. Pretty much all the rooftops were. And they don't look quite as steep as they used to be, which would be probably a good thing. Although I'd have to play it.
I think they look the same. There weren't too many people on the roofs there. The only roof that people would really be on all the time was the big chapel. And that was a nasty heady because it was so much higher. So people could get on a heady, but I think the roofs themselves are the same.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely possible. It's really hard to tell. But besides maybe that, yeah, it looks largely the same. So, cool. Next is Gatehouse.
Oh, wow.
This is at mid.
That's taking some damage, man. Oh, the true extent of the damage caused by the apparent colossal subterranean explosion is the most visible when investigating the Keep Gatehouse in the center of the map. That was a long sentence. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that's a little blown up, man.
It's a little blown up. I don't remember this at all. Again, we didn't play around Keep, so I was barely here before.
We were here a lot. We were up on these ramparts all the time. This was a pretty common spot we were at.
Really?
This big building in the top left, that's the one that had that interior spiral staircase. You can get on the roof of that. There were cannons up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in that area a lot. It just looks quite a bit different now.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see how that plays. I don't have much to say on it. Next is Ground Zero, Grotto and South Coast.
God, this is like unprecedented destruction. Wonder if the Coney group did that.
Stop. Okay, so before, the Grotto was one of those areas that was like 2 levels. It had the upper level where most of the map was, and then you could rappel down or parachute down to like inside the Grotto. And you would it was basically 2 steps. But now it looks very graduated because of all the explosions or whatever. And you can like still jump down there, but also there are pathways from top to bottom that are just walkable as well. Meaning you can also walk up it as well to get out of the Grotto instead of being forced to rappel or go somewhere else, which used to be the case. So this is actually probably going to see more play than it used to, because you won't just get held by people above you, since you have that pathway to walk up, and there's a lot of cover while you do that. I think this is actually an improvement
100%.
To this POI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before it was so far down, now it's closer to ground level, essentially. This is a lot better.
Yeah. This looks a lot better. So this is a good change here.
Oh, the epicenter of the crater has been revealed to be a large Coney laboratory with a snaking network of corridors, chambers, and tunnels. Wow.
Okay. So moving on there, that's it for all the POI. So overall, my big question is still basically, can I see inside of all the buildings now or not? Number one. And then number 2, I know that streak spam won't be a problem, so that's really good. But now that water is swimmable, how much will that impact this map? And I'm going to scroll back up here for my own reference to the overhead tack map of Fortune's Keep. And when I'm looking at it, luckily, much like Ashika Island, actually, and unlike Vondel, all the water is, with the exception of the Grotto, I guess, but even that's like on the coast, really. All the water is just on the periphery, meaning the addition of being able to swim, I don't think is going to negatively impact this map very much at all.
I agree. I don't think the water will be an issue on this.
Yeah.
I think it will be interesting once again we get that ship mid-season that I don't know if it always moves around the map, if it stops certain areas. Heck, maybe you can like start and stop it even, like the train or something, who knows. But if that always has a buy station on it, like I heard, that will get interesting because you'll land on a ship, then you'll be forced to, when you want to go to land, of course, swim. Or maybe they'll even put a balloon on it. That would be cute, actually.
That would be cool.
That's the only time I can see water maybe becoming an issue somehow. But even then, I don't think the water will negatively affect this map at all. Honestly, it may even make it a little bit better in some of these areas. Like town, like you said, if I can jump off a roof of town and then basically go down, glide down, and land in water when I'm being pushed and just get
being
away.
Trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost makes the map better, maybe. We'll see.
I would say overall, I would pick this Fortune's Keep over the last one.
I think so,
I think a lot of the POIs that were changed were improved upon, frankly. So we'll see how the inside of buildings look, but I'm excited.
I'm very excited for Fortune's Keep, yeah.
And if I can see inside of buildings, that means my biggest issues with Fortune's Keep in the past will both be gone. Because again, they were not being able to see inside a keep and streak spam. We know streak spam won't be an issue, so that problem's already solved. POIs I already liked or thought were okay are now better. And if I can see inside buildings too, this is going to be really fun and really good. I'm really excited. Yeah, I think this is an overall improvement. And I'm excited to talk more about it again on Saturday. So moving on, next section here is called New Gameplay Features. So one of those zombie nests and eradication contract. So this is going to be a limited time at launch. There are basically a bunch of zombies in a new eradication contract. I don't know if eradication contract is literally a contract you pick up like a scav. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So you can pick up this contract and then
it's random zombie spawn,
any corpse
basically.
you find, follow tracks to a zombie nest, and then destroy the cysts and any zombie high-value targets before the contract completes. So a zombie high-value target, does that imply there will be like manglers and stuff, like variants in this? Because there were zombies on the old Fortune's Keep, but there were only the basic ones.
They were real basic, yeah. Yeah, maybe. There may be some other type of interesting zombie, like a mangler.
That would be
or something.
kind of cute.
Yeah.
If it's like a limited time contract, I think that's cool because you can choose not to pick up the contract, so you won't have to engage with it. But if you do engage with it, then you get for a limited time some neat little zombies, and maybe even other variations of zombies. And then I guess you can get a wonder weapon, or you are guaranteed maybe to get a wonder weapon as a reward, which will be annoying to die to.
That's a different area. We'll talk about it in a second here.
And that's what I said. So the next LTM they talk about here is the Rogue Signal Public Event, which is a limited time at launch. Let's see. So there's a 90-second objective-based mission when the public event happens. You get cash XP and a unique reward cache if you win. After a nodie appears, expect a new HUD element with an objective scoreboard and your team's placement compared to your rivals. The steps to completing it are as follows. Receive objective. So you all get the same task. For example, it could be get the most kills or deal the most damage to players or open the most caches. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. If it's like a public event and the way you win is do the most damage to other people, that's a fun little public event that is very in theme for a Resurgence game mode, right? That's actually really cool. I like this a lot. Complete
and
objective.
this is an on launch too. Okay, this is not in season. Wow.
Yeah. All teams can optionally complete the objective within the following 90 seconds. The top 3 get a cash prize and the location of a special reward cache.
Oh.
So interesting. The location of a reward cache. Does that mean I could be a random team, not even trying, and then when the 90 seconds is up, it just appears right next to me? and
The
I
top
open it.
3 teams receive cash prizes of varying amounts in the location. So it probably, I mean, sure, somebody could probably theoretically walk across it, but it's probably like a hidden ground stash, so it's not real obvious. And so it'll just be marked for the top 3 teams. And then that's going to make those 3 teams fight over that if they choose to go there. This is a really good idea for a public event.
Oh, so all 3 teams
Oh, it still
get
talks
the
about it
location
here.
of only 1 cache.
The reward cache remains locked for the next 30 seconds. Whichever team opens the cache first receives the reward. Rewards are randomized, don't remain with you after the match, and for Season 2 can include Redacted, a wonder weapon from Zombies, and Redacted. Specialist bonus, maybe. Because they hinted that was coming.
Probably.
I wonder if it could be Specialist bonus.
Almost certainly, right?
Dude, what if it's Foresight, too? What if we're getting Foresight back in?
That's pretty cool, dude. I actually really like this.
This is the best public event they've ever created, yeah.
I was just going to say, all of the public events that they have designed since 2020 have been pretty mid or trash. This is the first like new public event that I actually think is really cool.
Yeah.
And again, in line with what Resurgence is supposed to be. This is really neat. I'm excited for this.
Wave and Waftware. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out Ted
we are
Timmons.
so back. Holy.
We are so back. So Zombies power-ups are also going to be in for a limited time at launch. So there are 7 available.
More
4
Zombies
familiar.
content in Warzone than Zombies, by the way.
I know, actually. And 3 are brand new across the map and found by opening certain caches or eliminating rival operators. They're instantly familiar. Yeah, so they're the same little icon. And here they are, double points. So double for 60 seconds, you get double plunder from ground loot and kills and score events in Resurgence. That contributes to teammate respawn timers. So if I get double points and the timer for my teammate's 25 seconds, if I kill another player, that lowers the counter by, let's say, 5 seconds. If I have this power up, it'll lower it by 10 seconds instead. So that's neat. Not like game breaking, but it's nice. Full armor. So you just fill up all your armor. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Wow.
Max ammo. Fire sale for 90 seconds. So like a fire sale for your team only. That's interesting. Looting spree. 60-second duration. Adds bonus items to caches with a very high chance of a bonus common item and a small but significant chance of an additional legendary item. Okay. Zarkor for 60 seconds. Increase movement speed by around 25% with infinite tack sprint and reloading while sprinting.
Wow.
And disables fall damage.
That's too long.
Can't we already reload while sprinting? Why did they mention that?
I don't know.
Reload while tack sprinting maybe is what they meant?
Probably. Dude, 60 seconds is too long for that.
That's too long and way too good.
That should be like actually 20 or 30 seconds. That sounds too long.
It shouldn't be in at all, frankly, but it's a limited time, so I'm not that mad about it. And then Undead Sight for 45 seconds. Operators or AI enemies within the range of your vision are highlighted red, and friendly squad mates are blue.
I mean, does that mean
tracker footsteps are active?
Within range of your vision. Does that mean somebody on the other side of the wall, technically? Like, or do I literally have to see them? And then if I do see them and they run behind cover, does it stay highlighted, I wonder?
I bet you it does stay highlighted because otherwise they probably would have said within your line of sight, right?
Exactly. That's kind of what threw me off. Because they said within the range of your vision. A weird way to describe it.
So that sounds, if it works in the way we think it does, again, insanely overpowered and busted.
And that won't show in kill cams, by the way. So when you die, you'll think somebody's wall hacking, but it's just because he had a power up. So that's cool.
Yeah. So I hate this. This is bad and not good. And it's going to be super unfun to, die to some guy that's literally wall banging you. And you have no idea if he's just cheating or if he has this. Even if it does show up in kill cams, don't care. You would lose to this just because of RNG, and you are very likely going to lose a gunfight against anyone who can see you through a wall. That's way too strong. Way too strong. And 45 seconds is plenty of time.
Oh, they do say right here, no, expect possible power-up durations to be adjusted during the season. Yeah, I can tell you right now, Zarkor is going to need to be lowered, guys. I mean, a 25% movement speed increase for a minute. The matches are like 12, 13 minutes long. 1 minute's a long time, man. 25% too. The stim boost in Warzone 1 was like a 7%. 25? That's outrageous.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It'll be very fun when I have it. It won't be fun when somebody else has it, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hate it, but it's limited time, so I'll stomach it. This will be in at launch, unfortunately. I'd love to play the game without.
I would like to play the map without the cheese. I agree.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Besides those two, the other power-ups are fine, though. But I don't like that those exist at all, so whatever. Anyway, limited time, don't care that much. Extendable bridges will be in at launch as well. So... you hit a console, you press a button on either side of a bridge, and then it extends. I don't get it.
What are you not getting?
Why they did it?
Well, because the roads are blown out. So if you want to get a car over that area, which no one uses cars, so it doesn't matter.
So this is super not going to matter then, yeah.
So you can shoot the control even and do it. I mean, that has to mean what it says, because it says they react to more than melee interaction. It's like a big red button, so you probably shoot the button from far away. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. Yeah.
Wait
probably
a second.
waste of the
Use
dev
these bridges
time,
tactically, retracting them to prevent operator. The withdrawn bridges form ramps, resulting in a spectacular airborne soaring or a misjudged death plummet into the fissure below. Wait, so if you fall into it, is it just like an insta-death area? I figured it just dropped to a different area of the map. So maybe you just die. Huh.
I don't know. Yeah, I need to see how this works. I don't.
Yeah, but ultimately, nobody uses vehicles, so it doesn't matter. I mean, who uses on Keep of all maps? You're less likely to use a vehicle on Keep than a Sheikah even. So this doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more on Saturday. If there's more info on it, which they probably would have talked about. So yeah, we'll get more into that on Saturday. I don't really understand, but whatever. Fortune favors the bold at launch as well as the next header here.
Okay. By the way, this is Michonne from The Walking Dead. This is the best looking skin they've ever done based on a person. This looks exactly like her. This is the best looking one. Oh, really? Rick Grimes does not. He's another pretty trash looking one compared to how he looks in the show. She looks exactly like she does in the show. So that's a first for them. Oh, that's cool. All the ones they've done, Nick Merckx, Timothy the Tap Man, didn't look like him. The boys ones, I don't actually know because I didn't watch that show, but there are some other ones I can't think of right now that didn't look 21 great.
Savage.
21, Nicki Minaj. This looks exactly like her, so good job.
Yeah, okay. So, operators with previous Fortune's Keep combat experience know that even a Coney explosion won't have dislodged all the secrets the island has to offer. Latest intel confirms wonder weapons with limited ammo support and no restock options can be acquired under certain circumstances. Redacted available via several redacted.
Okay.
Multiple redacted are also active throughout the area of operations. I don't know why this is its own section. They already talked about wonder weapons, right? So maybe you can also like find wonder weapons by doing little Easter eggs in addition to the zombies contract. That's probably what they're saying, right?
I don't know. So in the screenshot here, this is obviously the lab, the Coney Group lab on Fortune's Keep. There is a blueprint for a ray gun right there. So that kind of may be something too, like maybe you search for something and there is a way to like almost always find a ray gun, or like even put one together, like grab different things and you kind of build. Who knows? Could be a bunch of different things, or it could be none of those.
Yeah, there's probably an Easter egg type of deal where every single match, if you do it, and only like one's available, so only one team can do it, you get a ray gun. Yeah, that would be my guess as to what this means. So that's fine. Although I don't know if this is going to be limited time or forever. Because if you can always get a ray gun even after the zombies contract gets removed, that could be a little annoying. Although I don't know how often people would be doing it.
Probably not. I feel like that's a limited time thing. Either half the season, the whole season.
If so, then I'm fine with it. Yeah, I like Easter eggs.
It could even just be like on Rebirth before and on Caldera actually, and on Verdansk, how you could get in like bunkers by using codes, and sometimes you would just go in them. Maybe this is something like that. Maybe there's like some sort of code you have to enter. Because if you're in a Coney Group lab, I feel like they're going to have some sort of like hidden locked room there, right? That you can use something to get in. But I don't know. Like we said, there is gameplay out there that people have posted, like 15, 20-minute matches. We have not watched that yet. I kind of skimmed through one of them. So maybe something like that will kind of tell us more. That's why we're going more into this on Saturday as well, after we watch all those. So, yeah. Moving on, new tracker, they say. Squad wipe streaks in on launch. Elite players looking to challenge themselves for their squad have more than just kill counts to brag about with this brand new tracker. Look at the top right of your HUD during Season 2 to see a new skull and sickles icon next to the remaining teams, players, your kills, and players watching you. This keeps count of your squad wipe streaks total. This represents the number of squad wipes you achieve back-to-back within a set period of time. This is tracked per match and is added to your main stats along with your personal best. Bragging rights confirmed. Here's how it works. Fully eliminate your first team, and 1 point is added to your squad wipe total. And the HUD updates. Next is an icon to a countdown bar, giving you or a squad mate around 90 seconds to eliminate your next team. If you're already on a streak, the timer resets. Search and eliminate the next team before the countdown bar empties and continue your streak. After each streak, a white flare shoots up from the last enemy player to be slain. Visible for around 10 seconds, this enables rival squads to spot your aggression if they're observant. Compete with enemy players or teams to obtain the highest squad elimination streak in a match. Claim in-game calling card and emblem rewards as you reach squad wipe milestones throughout the season and future seasons. Okay. At first I was like, this is dumb. Why are they adding this? But okay, you're actually getting like rewards and stuff for it. That's cool.
I think it's also cool that it indicates with the little flare, like you're doing a recon. Because then if you want to like, if you're like slaying out and killing everyone in the lobby, you will be launching a beacon for other people to come and find out and catch those hands. And if you're doing really well and wiping a bunch of squads, you're obviously like an aggressive team that's trying to just like hunt for kills. And this is just going to make people come to you. I mean, they could run away from you as a result of this, to be fair. But I think overall is just going to make for even more engagements, which I think is cool.
Yeah,
probably. In Resurgence, this is a cool feature, I think.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's cute.
So I don't think it's going to end up being very impactful at all, though. That's my gut feeling, but we'll see. Additional features mid-season.
Oh, there's my operator again.
So the research vessel, the mobile POI, a large pontoon-style watercraft, will be off the coast of Fortune's Keep later in the season. It's large enough for combat to take place across the deck. It comes with a helipad, which implies it comes with a helicopter, right?
Yep, I'm sure.
So that'll be interesting. Ascenders. So I don't know if that just means rappels or balloons.
Yeah, usually when they say ascenders, they're just talking about rappels.
Right.
Maybe they're saying ascenders because there are vertical and horizontal zips maybe on it.
Or even just multiple vertical
If there was
ones,
a
yeah.
if there was a balloon, they would say redeploy drones or whatever the hell
I
they
think
call
you're
them
right.
now. Unfortunately, this should have a redeploy drone on it if you ask me, but okay, we'll
It
see.
should, and it probably doesn't because, like you just said, otherwise they probably would have mentioned that. But anyway, it comes with a helipad, ascenders, and a variety of countermeasures, and blank to discover.
Okay.
A variety of countermeasures. I don't know what that means. And redacted to discover. I don't know what that means either. What
Yeah,
could
maybe some
countermeasures
sort
mean?
of.
Are there like static claymores or something? Or prox mines?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Weird.
What that would mean in this situation. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, there could just be like static prox mines, like if you're doing DMZ and you go castle on a Sheikah, there's just like a bunch of like static like tripwires and stuff. Maybe some stuff like that. If that is on this, that would be
sounds
really
stupid.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, really super giga dumb. But I don't know what countermeasures means. And I don't know what obviously redacted to discover means. So okay. Bunker buster kill streak. So
you
this
ready for
I'm
this,
very
man?
curious about.
You're gonna love
Use
it.
binoculars to designate a target structure. This lethal kill streak launches a missile that vertically decimates a building through multiple floors, hopefully clearing out foes hiding inside.
Oh,
The impact creates a long column of gas. Oh my god, it's worse. Designed to force surviving enemies out of cover. Yikes.
So if you complain about precision airstrikes killing you through buildings, congratulations. Number one, they did not fix that. And number two, they added a specific kill streak designed to kill you through buildings. This is insane. This is the first
wild.
massive L of this blog post by far.
Yeah. It like if we were going to add this kill streak to anything, you would think it would be big map so that you could like combat campers, right? But on a resurgence mode,
Well, hold
I
on.
don't get this at all.
Is this just for resurgence? I think
Oh,
this is just for
no.
everything. No, this is, well, I don't know. Because next they
Oh,
talk about the
no.
PDS. So why would they put the PDS? I mean, that's not going to be map specific.
Well, look at the screenshot right above this section. It's another screenshot of Keep, right? If that's a screenshot of Keep, I think this means Keep. Well, yeah, this is Keep only. Research vessels right above it. And that's obviously only coming to Keep. I think this is going to be, I hope this is going to be.
But they're just saying additional features. I don't know, man.
Yeah, maybe not.
I
You're right.
can't
Maybe
imagine
not.
they're adding
I
a
don't know.
kill streak and especially a PDS that's only on Keep. There's no way, right? There's no way. I think this is for everything. Here, let's look at the...
Dude, have we ever gotten a kill streak unique to a map before?
See,
You
even...
know?
I don't think so. Even the roadmap makes it confusing. Kind of. The way I read it, I almost take it as from the roadmap. It would be only part of the map. But I don't know. Because like for features, it says wonder weapons, zombies, power-ups. That's in the roadmap, right? So that makes it sound like it would even be on big map, but it's obviously not. So I think it's just confusing how they've laid everything out. Then also it says in-season portable decontamination station, in-season bunker buster kill streak. So who knows?
Yeah, it's unclear.
I'm sure it's for everything though.
I'm not sure. But maybe. Because I know we've gotten map-specific field upgrades before. Like the comm scrambler on Rebirth Island. That was only on... Or wait, was it? Maybe to start it was only on Rebirth and then they added it to Big Map? I actually don't remember. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so excited
I hate it.
for big map ranked when that comes out, and every team, the last 5 teams left, all have a bunker buster, and everybody's in a building, and it's just all bunker
That would be
busters.
completely miserable. Exactly. Yeah.
But they don't think
So-
about things like that because we're never getting big map ranked anyways.
Yeah, well, anyway.
This is coming to everything. I refuse to believe it's not.
I'm not that confident. It could be. I don't know though. But on the topic of the kill streak itself, really bad. Yeah. And by the way, it's gonna be super buggy too. So you're gonna be in a building right under the center of the icon and not die to it sometimes, for sure. 100%. So, like, I don't know, man. I don't like this at all. I think maybe the idea is again to like combat people camping or whatever, which I can sympathize with wanting to add something like that. But this is going to be used outside of situations where you're just trying to like get some campers out or something. Like Tanner said, end game, even if this is only keep only, end game of keep and end game of ranked keep, by the way, when there's rating on the line, everyone's going to have a bunker buster, and then they're just going to be calling it a bunch, and then everyone's going to be forced outside, and then the match is going to end like that, and positioning is going to be like, you want to be in zone behind a wall, but in the open and not in a building. Like, it's very weird. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is going to play well at all.
Oh, it's a terrible
And
idea.
I'm also curious how the column of gas designed to force surviving enemies out of cover is going to work too. Is that going to be... I mean, I would assume it would be just like the gas grenades we have now.
Yeah, I'm thinking
That's
it's like tear gas
weird-
grenades, basically. So if you have a gas mask on, you don't take damage, or it doesn't affect you. But if you don't have a gas mask on, you can't ADS, you can't see, you can't do anything.
Oh, you think it'll be that kind of gas?
That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. Yeah, that's unclear as well. Because it could also be gas like from zone,
Yeah.
where you take damage instead if you don't have the gas mask, or it depletes the gas mask. That's what I was thinking it would be. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I'm just going to think of that because it
a
says
lot of
designed to
questions on this.
force surviving enemies out of cover. That's kind of why I'm thinking like tear gas kind of just forces you out of an area. I don't know, though. Could be either.
Could be either. Again, on Saturday, we will know. Someone will have used it in the ranked.
Well, no, because this is in season.
Oh, this is mid-season.
So no,
Yeah,
nobody
you're
used
right.
this.
So
We
never
won't
mind.
know.
Yeah. So we won't know. So anyway. And then the portable decontamination station is coming back as a field upgrade. We've said it before, but we actually mean it this time. An improved version of the PDS field upgrade joins the loot pool. Because remember, they said this was coming in MW2, and then they just never added it. So it's going to be in the loot pool mid-season, emits a cloud of chemicals that counteract the circle gas, temporary safe zone. So you can put this on the ground or in water or on a vehicle. Interesting. Okay.
And close to a buy station to reactivate it. Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's a neat little interaction. So
Yeah, I
if
think
a buy
it worked
station
that
is
way
too
before.
far
I don't
in
remember.
gas to be interactable, if you throw down this, it becomes interactable because it's not like 60
claim.
feet in
We'll
gas
see.
anymore. That's actually a really cute little facet of how it works. That makes them a lot more valuable. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. There you go.
Cool.
There will be stim glitching again, by the way. All right.
Yes.
So moving on, next section is Warzone Ranked Resurgence. And this is coming out launch window. So I don't know why there's launch, mid-season, and launch window.
It's probably the day of, just like multiplayer ranked came out, or it was supposed to come out like an hour or two after the update, and it came out later that night or the next day because of the issues in the game. So it'll probably just come out a few hours later.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the thing we'll definitely talk more about on Saturday. This is what most of Saturday is going to be about, discussing all of this, because this is what people played, was ranked.
Yes, it is. So we will very briefly skim this, but we're going to go into way more detail again on Saturday. So yeah, ranked play is coming to Resurgence. It will be Fortune's Keep only, and it will be trios. That's how it's going to work, at least to start. And then there will be, and basically besides that, it's going to work a lot like ranked Warzone did last year, which is like you get SR for placement, you get SR for kills and assists. You get less SR if your teammate kills them, but you don't assist. So tapping will be a thing in this mode again. And then the rewards are going to be very much the same as they were last year. However, in ranked Resurgence, there will be operator skin rewards, which was not the case for ranked Warzone last year. It was only the case for ranked multiplayer. So it is cool that now we're getting ranked play operator skins as rewards.
There were skins last year.
For Warzone?
Yeah.
I'm almost positive there were not. That was one of my big complaints about it.
Not for like every rank, maybe. I don't remember. But there were definitely...
There was a skin for getting level 50 or whatever, but it wasn't tied to SR like these ones are. This is like multiplayer.
I mean, kids ran them in Warzone ranked all last year, so I think there were.
Someone in chat can confirm, but I'm pretty sure that was one of my big complaints about the reward system. You would get weapon camos for each rank, but it wasn't operator skins. That was multiplayer only.
Maybe it was only like one season they did it or something then? I don't know.
I don't think they ever did. But maybe, I don't know. If you're in chat and you can confirm how that worked, I don't remember. But regardless of how it did work, in ranked Resurgence, there are dedicated operator skins tied to your rank as rewards, which is very cool. Just like multiplayer.
They look good.
And then the scoring system is, again, they have edited how much SR you get for placement and kills and assists, but it works the same way, just with altered values, basically. And we'll go into more detail as needed on Saturday. So, there you go. And then again, there's also SR on top of like ranks. So where if you like win, you get a star or 3 stars, and that's separate from your rating. Again, like ranked multiplayer, which again, as I've said before, again, sorry for saying that, really cool system. You get rewarded for putting time in, no matter your skill level, and then you can also get rewards based on your skill level. Very cool. So there you go.
Yeah, it's like the same system, huh?
Yes.
I've read the same thing of them talking about the SR about 500 times by now since they put it in every blog post ever.
Yes. Yeah, they which is fine, but we're just not going to like read it every time, obviously. One thing that will be new though, and different from ranked Warzone last year, is SR death fees. So once you hit silver 1, you will lose SR for dying because it's Resurgence. So that makes a lot more sense to do that. I think this is a smart idea. They're probably gonna have to tinker with the values, like how much SR you lose for dying or whatever. But I think it's smart to have a death fee in Resurgence because otherwise, yeah, you would just like anchor someone and then just run at people.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But besides that, the scoring system is pretty much the same as Warzone ranked last year.
These emblems and calling cards are cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, and these ranked play skins look cool. Like this Crimson one looks dope.
Yeah, that one does.
The ranked play big patch on the chest is a little big, but it does look cool.
Ranked play,
I would say.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's also like home and away team variants for each one as well. Like multiplayers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. Really cool. And then yeah, we'll go into more detail on that again on Saturday. So moving on, general overview, MW3 and Warzone. So let's see. 7 more aftermarket parts, some new weapons. Let's see. And then yeah, the Walking Dead operator skins, whatever. New challenges, events, and progression. Like new weekly challenges and stuff. And then you can get Prestige 450. Okay. So three new weapons. First one is the BP-50 AR. This will be at launch in the Battle Pass. A modular bullpup chambered in 5.56. Tear down the competition with a high rate of fire and exceptional accuracy for dominating at mid to long ranges. So it's like a very mobile AR. Yeah,
it's the F2000 or whatever that old COD gun is that everybody loved.
Like the FFAR?
Nope, the F2000. Like from MW2, like OG MW2 or MW3 or something.
Yes.
It's a bullpup gun.
Okay, yeah. Next is the Ram 9, which is an SMG. This will also be in at launch on the Battle Pass. More maneuverable and agile than its AR counterpart, this bullpup SMG, chambered in 9mm, cringe, is lethal at close range.
Double RAM setup,
so it has best-in-class recoil control and mobility, as well as the most rounds and reserve of any SMG. So it has the biggest extended mag possible? Is that what that means?
That's got to be a mistake. I feel like
there's no shot.
Mean the most reserve rounds, and they just
because there's no way it has a bigger than 100 round mag, right?
Yeah, what does it have?
I hope
150 round drum mag.
Yeah. So it may not win any pinpoint accuracy awards at a distance, but it can certainly mow down the opposition with high damage, chamber emptying assaults, especially as you close in for the kill. Okay.
We know it'll have good irons. I'm excited for that. Won't have to run a
the irons look
optic
great
on that.
Yeah. So there you go. And then the next one is the SOA Subverter. This is going to be a mid-season BR, and it's going to be unlocked by a weekly challenge. Chambered 7.62, this hard-hitting rifle dominates at mid to longer ranges thanks to a low rate of fire and predictable recoil. So with excellent rate of fire and accuracy. So is it a low rate of fire or is it an excellent rate of fire? I don't know which. So, okay. Manageable recoil and best-in-class sprint of fire and movement speeds. Interesting. This also offers excellent headshot and target flinch potential, even in its base state. And it ADS is slowly. Okay.
This could be a meta Warzone gun. It kind of sounds like from the way they describe it. BR with the high fire rate. If it has...
Well, it says low rate of fire, and then it says excellent rate of fire. So I think it's going to be a low rate of fire, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be that good.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they think... I mean, since they don't ever play, maybe they think a low rate of fire is excellent. Maybe they think you want a low rate of fire. Maybe the guy who wrote this doesn't know.
Low rate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Maybe they think that's better.
Whatever. Yeah, it's probably not going to be relevant in Warzone, unless I'm misunderstanding what they've written. For multiplayer, it'll probably be pretty good. Maybe. I don't know. As long as it shoots faster than a Sidewinder. And then that's it. So yeah, the new weapons look, I mean, I'm excited to see a new AR. Hopefully it's good. I'd love to see an AR meta for the first time since the integration, or I guess the second time now. And then the new SMG looks like another SMG. We'll see. Having good irons is nice.
It's an SMG, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to add there. So there you go. And then 7 new aftermarket parts will be at launch and mid-season. So it's like each week they're going to add some more. The first screenshot here is a chainsaw. So I guess we're playing Gears of War again. That's interesting. So whatever. Let's go through some of these. So yeah, the first one is the chainsaw, the Jack Limb Ripper. They're all Jack, by the way. Holy moly.
Yeah. Just go down where it talks about all of them, because then it explains what all they do. So the Jack Burnout will be compatible with the Holger 26 LMG. It gives it a select fire mode that provides a dramatically increased fire rate, but can overheat and expand the barrel, introducing spread. Okay.
Cool. I think this is cool. This is another like good idea for a new unique attachment. Is it going to be like meta, like the BFB muzzle? Probably not. It's just on one gun, but I like the idea. So that's interesting. I'll take it. Moving on, the Tyrant 7.62 for the longbow. Oh no. This caliber conversion kit swaps out the receiver and mag to accommodate 7.62 BLK ammo for a harder hitting subsonic weapon. Okay. So it'll one shot.
So it'll have the same mobility,
multiplayer.
but just hit harder, I wonder? Yeah, that
probably
could be
gonna
kind of
ruin
broken.
the mobility. That would be my guess. Because otherwise, yeah, it would just be insane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, the next one here is the Jack Backsaw kit. This is for the Holger 556 AR. Focus on making it more maneuverable. The stock is removed entirely for faster, more agile tactics. Okay. So it's a no stock that is not a no stock mod. Okay. Cool.
And it'll be on an AR. Sounds awful.
Yeah.
And then the chainsaw. Okay. The Maglift kit for the Haymaker shotgun.
Oh.
It reinforces the magwell, bolt, and trigger assembly to accommodate the extra large drum mag.
What? What does that mean?
So it's an aftermarket part that's just a big extended mag? Okay.
This weapon modification reinforces the magwell, bolt, and trigger assembly to accommodate for an extra large drum magazine. I mean, it already has a 25. And you really don't even need that because of the fire rate. What are they going to do? Like a 35, a 40, a 50? I mean,
I don't know.
that one doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. The Outlaw 277 for the Boss B. Okay.
Cool.
Never mind. It transforms the Boss B into a lever action rifle.
Okay.
Slowing fire rate. Yeah, I'm not reading the rest.
Okay.
Terrible. Terrible. Stop adding aftermarket parts to make full auto guns not full auto. Go the other way, please.
Yeah.
And then the glassless optic. Okay, this sounds interesting. This is an optic for several weapons. The small glassless reflex optic offers a crisp and clear sight picture for snappy target acquisition.
Could be
so
cool.
maybe you'd like get the red dot, but you wouldn't have any bezel at all. That's what it sounds like.
Well,
right?
I don't know. They described that iron sight as an optic just like this last time too, and it was an awful iron sight. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what this is.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. So there's potentially 2. Yeah, not a great selection here. I mean, the Holger 26 LMG, the burnout, dramatically increased fire rate, but it overheats and expands the barrel. Cool idea. I'm excited for that. Longbow conversion kit, I mean, won't be relevant in Warzone. Could make it way better in multiplayer if it gives it a more generous one-hit kill area if you're using it on like bigger maps. But that would be super unnecessary on a small map like Shipment or Meat or some of the new maps we're getting, the Trap House or whatever it's called. So, okay. I mean, maybe relevant. And then let's see.
We have breaking news. They just added in the covert exfil mode. It's its own new mode, and we got info on it.
Whoa.
So, yeah, once we're done with this in a second here, we'll talk about that. Yeah, okay. So are we done with that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The rest of it is,
a couple might be relevant, but that optic might be the new meta if it is what I'm hoping it is, though, which would be nice. I would like that, but not like game changing or whatever. So then they talk about Black Cell. You're allowed to purchase it now because the game is fun this year. And then the Walking Dead stuff, don't care. New store offerings, don't care.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else. Another event thing coming.
This screenshot of the Let 'em Cook pack is funny, though.
Yes. Is that actually in here? Where is that?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, dude. I like that.
Okay, that actually looks really cute. Let me pull this back up and find it here. This is cute, by the way. This Walking Dead screenshot. It's like the opening scene of Walking Dead and walk into a city.
Okay.
Or it's a famous scene. I don't know if it's the first one. Laswell.
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is. Yeah, this Let Him Cook back, dude. That is dope.
That's a cool. He's got a chef.
That may be a cop.
Outfit?
That may be an Insta cop. It may
it's got
be.
the CDL logo on it.
It's so sad it has the CDL logo. That's what ruins it for me, though. I wish it had anything else. But yeah, it's cute.
Cock.
He's got, he's inked up on his forearms, much like me. Yeah, this is cool, man.
Yeah, that is.
You can't usually buy these with points, though, right? The CDL ones, if it's considered like
if it's a skin
pack.
you want, then no, it's cash only. Yeah. So anyway, another endowment pack, so that's cool. Support our troops and all that. Although being a podcaster is more difficult than being a Navy SEAL.
That is true,
as we've discussed. We should do a whole episode on that on Patreon this month.
That is
by
true,
the way.
Yeah.
And then other incoming bundles. The screenshot is 4 monsters. Okay, whatever. You can play as Xenu, new challenges, events, and seasonal progression. So yeah, there's gonna be more weekly challenges. Oh,
and this
dude.
camo is really cool, and it's animated. Sledgehammer said this looks awesome.
This is so if you do all the weekly challenges for season 2, there will be 8 of them throughout the season. You get a weapon camo you can put on any gun called Rotten Inferno, and it is animated and it looks dope, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
have to actually do all the weekly challenges. It's very cool.
There's like black and then the fire and it's animated. This is really cool.
So I think it's flames, and then the dark side they're like zombie hands and like skulls. Like reaching into the fire. So it's a really cool contrast going from the flames to the hands and the fire, and that'll look dope when animated.
Yeah.
This may be one of the best ones they've ever added.
It's one of the ones.
For for an event camo. Very cool.
Yeah. Super cool. That's really dope.
I actually can't get over it. This
now.
Michonne character looks so much like she does. They actually did a good job.
Okay.
I'm shocked. And that's it. We're done with that.
Yeah, and then next is there will be events. So there's going to be a bunch of events, which is kind of cool. 4 rewards, 10 rewards. The community event, or the events that you like, the ghoulie camo or whatever. You load in, and on the main menu there's an events tab, and you can do things to earn rewards. There will be a lot of them. It looks like, and the total number of rewards here is. What is that? 33. So some of them are going to be stickers and charms or whatever, but some of them will be probably pretty cool. So there you go. And then season 2 reloaded events mid-season is another section. Some prestige challenges. That prestige camo looks dope. It's black and purple, and it says prestige on the side of it. That's pretty cool. Okay. I like that. I won't be doing it, but it looks cool. And then
Fine.
COD Mobile, don't care, and that's it. Wait, look at this last operator, Tanner. Bro has a plastic bag over his head.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I saw a tweet about that too.
I hate it. So anyway, yeah. Overall, solid. Solid little season, and we need it after season 1 reloaded, I would say.
Yeah, I would say
I'm
so
excited.
too. A lot of content. Big
of
content. Yeah, I'm very excited for Fortune's Keep and all of that. Looks dope.
Yeah. So moving on from there, we have a quick little screenshot here going back to Fortune's Keep of a side-by-side comparison of the tactical maps. So on the right is the old Fortune's Keep tac map. On the left is the new one.
Yeah, so even overhead, it does look pretty similar. It's the same.
Overhead, it looks pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, you
the
can kind
camp
of
is
just
instead
see
the pier.
Yeah.
You can tell that. The Coney Outpost instead of the bay. You can see that is a little different as well. But besides that, yeah, pretty much the same we're working with the exception of
you can see where these bridges are too.
Interior things.
One of them is just south of Gatehouse.
Oh, yeah.
The other one's just south of Ground Zero. And there's one more somewhere. I'm not seeing it. But it's somewhere because it said there are 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we already looked at all the screenshots of the map anyways. I didn't realize those were all in here when I put this here, so now we already know what it looks like anyways. Oh, Keep is actually... Look at comparing the overhead. Keep has like a bigger area in the middle now that's, I guess, outside than it did before. It actually, the whole building looks slightly smaller, maybe. See, what is the thing like in the middle of the building? Is that an outside area? Because I don't remember Keep having an outside area directly in the middle.
You can see it a little bit in the old screenshot too. It's just way smaller
That's
looking.
what I'm saying, but I don't even remember that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the art style changed a little bit so it looks different for that reason, or if the actual structure is different.
Yeah.
I don't know. But whatever. Not much there. Okay, so next we have a quick little patch update for you. Thursday, February 1st. So this was the breaking news. This like just happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So BR Preview, LTM. This offers an early... Oh! Dude! This is the experimental playlist for Warzone, basically. That's what this is. So this is a new LTM. They just added it right now, February 1st. Battle Royale Preview, the new LTM, offers an early look at Warzone features that may later migrate to the standard BR experience. This new LTM will appear in playlists if or when we're looking for both data and feedback from our players on new systems.
Cool.
So we hope to provoke discussion and hear from you.
They did it. Wow.
This mode will be available for players to queue as a team of 4 quads. The following features are unique to BR Preview at launch. So this is exactly what we were expecting when they said they were going to try covert exfils in some kind of different way. And again, for the same reason, I don't think this LTM is going to play well, because if you don't like the idea of covert exfils or you don't want to get the rewards, you just won't play, meaning everyone playing this LTM is going to be trying to covert exfil, and that's not how it would play in a standard match, because in a standard match, only some people would be interested in covert exfilling, not the entire lobby. So I don't think this experiment is going to work well at all for that reason, as we've already talked about, but here are the details. Covert exfil, new feature. You can attempt to escape the match early using a covert exfil. Only 5 are available for purges in total per match, for the considerable price of $30,000 each, and are available in buy stations before the gulag closes. So you can't covert exfil once gulag closes. Okay. Once purchased, a green flare will instantly mark the landing zone, calling in a chopper that can fly any player, friend, or foe out of the match, ideally with a weapon case in their possession. So you can just steal someone else's. That's kind of funny. So someone else gets a weapons case, buys a covert exfil, and then you mosey on over, wipe the team, pick up the weapons case, say, thanks for spending $30K on that. I'm out. See ya. And get on the plane. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I would just sit on a roof in a chopper waiting for the thing to show up on my mini map and
waiting
immediately
for someone
fly
to do
towards
all
it.
the
I'm
work
not spending
for
the
you.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, this is going to work horribly. Holy.
Yeah. I also wonder where the landing zone is, because it says once you buy it, a green flare instantly marks the landing zone. So is it just going to be like around a buy or something?
Yeah, I wonder.
Is it static?
I don't know.
It's weird. Nearby opponents will be notified of the attempt, allowing them to intercept or even steal the exfil. The feature will be complemented by a dedicated covert exfil leaderboard. So there you go. Squad members who don't exfil via the covert exfil will remain in the match with the option to pursue a standard victory. That's interesting. Kind of like zombies there. Players who did exfil will remain connected as spectators until the entirety of the squad is finished playing in order to keep the party together. Smart idea if you're going to do it that way. Last player standing remains the final victory condition in the BR. Preview LTM for anyone who chooses not to engage in the feature. And then the weapon case they're also adding. At the start of every BR preview match, a single weapon case spawns at random and is hidden within an indicated search area on the TAC map. So everyone will know the vicinity of the weapon case. Squad members that pick it up will be globally marked for all opponents. Okay. The primary objective is to get out via covert exfil or achieve a standard victory with it in your possession in order to earn rewards for the entire squad. So the first time you get it, oh my goodness, no, this is terrible. So the first time you successfully get out with a weapons case, you get a decal and a 15-minute double weapon XP token. You don't get one of 7 random blueprints or something, which is what I thought it was going to be like. That's considerably worse. Second time you do it, you get another decal, another 15-minute token. The third time, another one. The fourth time, a sticker, wow, and a double weapon XP token. The fifth time, you get an MTZ 762 weapon blueprint. And then the sixth time and beyond, you only get a 15-minute double weapon XP token.
Yeah. This is just awful.
And as a hidden reward for players who are able to achieve a BR victory and be the last squad standing while holding the weapon case, you will get an exclusive operator skin called Mortem.
That's cool
looking.
There's
a screenshot of the rewards.
That skin itself is cool looking. So hold on. So you have to win the game will also be having the weapon case in your possession. So that
Correct.
means... So you can't just covert exfil. That means you are marked on the map the entire match, and you have to win it up until the end as you're holding the weapons case. Huh. Okay.
Or if it's like only 2 well, yeah, it'd be kind of annoying if there are only 2 teams and the other team is holding the case and then you kill them. The match just ends, so you can't take their weapon case.
Let me tell you the
3,
strat.
You could just take it.
Let me tell you the strat here. Never pick up the weapons case. Let somebody else do it. Go to buy stations, find a bunch of money, get streaks, find a helicopter, and literally just wait and follow the weapons case and wait till they go to the exfil and be on top of them because you'll be in a helicopter so you can cross the map quickly, airstrike it, kill them, grab it, leave. It's that simple. There we go. The key to victory. I just gave it to you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
L playlist. This is going to be horrible. I'm so glad this didn't come to regular BR.
There's also only one weapon blueprint. Because there was a lot of speculation.
And it's for an MTZ 7, 6, and 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
that's
great.
also.
I don't even care about reading the rest of this now. This is awful.
I do like that operator skin, though. That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. But yeah,
I wonder if this will be full of burger bots or sweats. I'm thinking more burger bots. I'm thinking DMZ type players, maybe.
I think right now it's going to be a ton of sweats trying to get the operator skin, and then like a week from now, it's going to be a bunch of burger bots. Yeah,
that's probably true. Yeah.
And by the way, the weapon blueprint isn't even good looking. It's actually pretty bad, honestly. It's like not good.
It's
light blue, dark blue, and gold. It's an ugly color scheme on a trash gun. Yeah. I'm pretty let down here.
Massive
Don't
L,
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Massive L. Massive L. So yeah, this will never come to regular BR, by the way. There's no chance.
Because you're right, because people won't like it, but it's because people will be playing the mode to do this. So no one will be playing it the way they normally would in BR. I'm not going to queue for this and then not go for the weapons case or try to covert exfil, right? I would just play
exactly, because otherwise you'll just play.
So they're going to get a bad impression of this specifically, and then no one's going to like it, so they won't bring it to regular BR. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be different if they were testing something like red outlines like they did in multiplayer. People would play that and be like, I like this a lot better. They should add this. Not the case for a mode like this. This will go over very poorly.
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. The only way to properly test this is to have only one mode, BR, and then put it in for a while. And, you know, people might not like that, but for some things, you really can't test them on in their own like playlist like this because of, that reason we just mentioned. So, even if this was added on launch, by the way, like they intended, and there was only one mode, You know what? I think it would be okay because the rewards are so bad that most people would just choose not to engage with them.
Yeah, maybe.
Although a lot of people would probably just be getting out early. Although you have to get 30K. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say, honestly, but it's a moot point. So anyway, now we know. That's interesting. So then they write a lot of words about it.
It's pretty uninteresting. It's what they said before. Honey pots early game to create hot drop locations.
Yes.
Blah, blah. We've seen people use the weapons case as bait to trigger engagements. Oh my gosh, I never would have thought of that. Yeah, duh. Right. Obvious. Thank you.
So besides that, there are some other differences between this and the normal BR mode. Adjusted pacing. Circle 1 wait time increased to 150 seconds in Battle Royale Preview instead of 90 seconds in regular BR. We've made some minor pacing changes compared to standard BR to ensure players have enough time to search for the weapon case should it spawn outside the initial safe zone. That makes sense. And then Champions Quest in Battle Royale Preview. So there will still be the Champions Quest.
That may be the way to do an easy nuke in a few weeks.
Yeah,
actually, if this is still in like 3 or 4 weeks and nobody good is playing it, this could be the way to do it. Especially if everyone's just leaving. Everyone's covert exfilling and leaving. If people are doing that to try to get the leaderboards, dude, that could be just free low wins. And then again, like they always do, they make the Champions Quest too easy, and then people who shouldn't get the rewards end up getting the rewards.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, like we just said, it's just not, this isn't the right way to test it, but unfortunately there isn't a perfect way to test this. But I'm really surprised that there's only one weapon blueprint, and you have to do it 5 times, by the way. That's a lot. That's a lot. But for a trash blueprint too. So whatever. Let's move on. That's it. So yeah, okay. It'll be interesting to watch people do it. But
yeah,
I really wish they would have just gritted their teeth and said, we're going to try it for a couple days. If you guys don't like it, we'll take it out. Yeah. But whatever.
So do you want to do this matchmaking blog post? Like,
no.
Okay. Because we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes, but I feel if we don't talk about it now, we're also not going to talk about it Saturday. I don't know.
We could just talk about it Saturday. It's related to ranked. It's competitive, right?
I guess, yeah. Okay. Then a couple other things real quick. Sledgehammer lost 30% of their employees in the layoffs, according to Tom Henderson. 30% of Sledgehammer was laid off. And then Blizzard and Microsoft laid off the majority of their, quote, esports team for all of their esports orgs. So through Blizzard, CDL as well. So I guess it went from like 70, 80 people to 12 total on the esports team. Yeah. And they had this decided, and then once the CDL tournament ended and they all came back from the major, they laid them off. So that was cool. Good stuff. GG's only.
That explains why they went to so few LAN events this year, because they have way fewer employees in CDL.
Yeah, they're not going to need too many employees, man.
They're not going to need that many, so of course they're going to lay them off. This is woefully unsurprising. In fact, I would have been shocked if this didn't happen, because if I acquired Activision and I was doing layoffs, and there was fat to be trimmed on the CDL side, that would be the first thing I would trim.
Yeah.
So this is just not surprising at all.
This really shows too, and proves that Microsoft bought them, and they're like, why does the Call of Duty League exist? It's just burning money. Why are we doing this? Let's just lay everybody off. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that sucks for those people again. But not surprising in light of all the layoffs we saw last week. So yeah,
there were like casters who like one of them I know had been a COD caster for a long time, and then I think now he was an Overwatch caster. He worked under Blizzard. I mean, he had been with them for years. He was one of them. I know that was laid off. So yeah, GG's, man.
And then, did you mention this Sledgehammer one already?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then Sledgehammer, yeah. I thought we already talked about this last week.
Well, we did, but then Tom put out something saying about 30% of Sledgehammer was laid off, and supposedly
I see.
40% of Toys for Bob maybe laid off.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly confirmed, just kind of speculation. So
F's in the chat. So, all right, boys and girls, that is it. We are done. Hope you enjoyed. So on Saturday, what we will do is we will start by talking about the SBMM blog post. Everyone was like, hey, you guys said you were going to talk about SBMM and explain how it works. Where is that blog? And then we finally got it. And as Tanner and I told you, when we first heard them say they were going to explain how SBMM works, we learned nothing new. And again, we knew that. We called it. We said, oh, this will be kind of interesting, I guess, but we already know there's SBMM. We're not going to learn anything new from this. And we didn't, but we will go through it in some more detail on Saturday to start. But the big thing we're going to be talking about next episode on Saturday is going to be Fortune's Keep Ranked. We're going to watch some gameplay of it. We're going to get some more details on it. And we are going to explain our thoughts, get into more details on exactly how the scoring works and the point values and all of that stuff. And that's going to be a really fun episode. I'm excited to talk about that because I think having a ranked resurgence mode is a good idea. The question is going to be about implementation. And that's what we're going to talk about in our next episode. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. Hopefully we will see you guys there. thedropshot.com. We stream live. We have, links to everything we have and do on our website at thedropshot.com. And then, of course, if you want to join the Patreon, get ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and bonus episodes, you can do that as well. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Thanks for watching and listening. Stay humble.
Stay humble.